If I had to make an educated guess as to what your first thought was when you opened up this video, it's probably, why now? Division 2 has been out for over a year and a half, and isn't it kind of dead at this point? We're here as the Co-op Bros to answer both those questions and more, but we're especially here to let you know if this game was meant for you and your best friends, even at the end of 2020 when we're really just playing our PS5s.
You gotta hit him with the back, in the back.
I'm gonna revive you, and then you're gotta get out of here.
Oh my god.
I killed 2 people with that shot.
Put him on a car down, dude. I dare you.
Die.
Nice.
As Andrew said, it's 2020, and by now, we're all fairly aware of the good and the bad of the live service genre. And we've played them all, okay? Vanilla Destiny, OG Division, and yes, even the train wreck that was Anthem. Yikes. But as far as making it easy for your boys to play together, Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is king. Within the first hours of the game, you're quickly walk through the use of the social menu, showing you how to create or join a party with 3 of your friends. Once in a party, all story progression is shared and fully transfers to each player's individual games. There's just about 0 restrictions that we can think of, honestly. It's really that easy. The only drawback we can possibly think of is the massive load times it takes to load into this game. My god. In the span it takes the Division 2 to load me into DC, I can go into the kitchen, microwave a hot pocket, and wait 5 minutes for it to cool off before the game's even ready for me. It's wild, okay? And because you're always online, you can expect to run into some hiccups here and there. For the most part, all we saw were tester drop-ins and the occasional disconnection. But lucky for you, if you or your friend gets disconnected, the game puts you right back in the action the second you reconnect. There's no need to fast travel or miss any of the action. Frankly, we don't love live service games, but giving credit where it's due, The Division 2 manages to create the most accessible co-op experience we've seen yet in this very crowded playing field.
I got out.
Jake got out.
Jake, help us.
Oh my god.
Just me out. No. Okay.
Oh my god. Holy crap.
As a live service game, Division 2 expects you to play week in and week out, as long as the devs continue to support it, and honestly they are. But a lot of us can't afford to play a game for years, or even really want to. What if there was a better way? Here's our proposition. Division 2 is the best live service game for not playing it as a live service game.
That's a good idea.
We played through every bit of content, enjoyed it a ton, and never got sucked into mindless hours of grind. The progression still works, and we still felt pretty powerful in our beautiful dad body builds. So don't let the live service title scare you off. We paid, I kid you not, $3 and got like 100 plus hours of enjoyment out of this game. It feels like we basically robbed Ubisoft, which honestly, at this point, felt really good. Live service game stereotypes aside, the story in Division 2, it leaves a lot to be desired. It's not what we chose to play this game for, let's put it that way. It tries to build a sense of camaraderie out of you and its flavor of NPCs, but it doesn't. First mission, I saved this lady's daughter, and that was about the end of our emotional connection.
Is she okay? I'll shoot her. I'll shoot her with the healing bullets. Quick, shoot her with the healing bullets.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah, story.
But you do connect with the city of DC as you play through the early game and side missions. People talk about open worlds being alive, but this one really is. Each side mission felt meaningful and fun to tackle. We'd be on our way to story missions only to have our attention pleasantly averted to something else, and we were totally okay with it. This made the early part of the game fly by and really just helped us to get prepared for the challenge to come later. The skills, guns, AI, environments pushed us to work together in small ways in these early stages. I love that the enemy would rush us, flank us, and do anything to get us out of position and find new cover. Combat areas were always varied with narrow, tight spaces or huge open areas that force you to adjust as a squad. Enemy variety is awesome, and we consistently be calling out what was coming at us so we knew where to focus. All of these mechanics forced us to differentiate ourselves as best as possible, and it honestly always paid off. But it wasn't really until the endgame that we really had to flex our cooperative muscle, and boy did we have to flex.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? By the time your squad hits level 30, the message is very clear. Playtime's over, boys and girls. Suddenly, the map is invaded by a whole new faction called the Black Tusk. Here to put you in your place was their band of black-clad robot dogs and other crazy killing machines. Lucky for you though, you're handed some new toys to help even the playing field. That's where specializations come in. Not only do they grant you some dope special weapons like Andrew's crossbow, but you also get a whole new skill tree to work towards. Some of which even benefit your whole team, so keep an eye on those. Now you couple this with the new gear sets and brand sets, and you're looking at an incredible amount of build options. Which is great, because once you're nearing the gear score cap and running strongholds, team play becomes absolutely essential, people, especially on higher difficulties. By that point, we each executed our roles so well, it was honestly so gratifying to watch. It goes a little like this. Jake would start our assault by dropping an elite with one shot from his sniper. Insane. We take our defensive positions and it was off to the races. I used my LMG to suppress baddies, while Andrew's tanky self would flank them from the right with his rifle ballistic shield combo. Jake would hold up the rear with his laser turret, and I'd clean up anyone left with a good toss of my cluster mines. All the while, Andrew's healing mines kept us alive. Then, reinforcements would drop from the sky, only to get set aflame from Andrew's grenades, and then blown to smithereens by my mortars. Listen, if that's not a flex, I don't know what is.
Holy mortars.
Die.
That was awesome.
That was crazy. Woo.
So yeah, that's a ton of content, but if that's somehow not enough, the raids and the excellent Warlords of New York expansion are sure to satisfy your squad. As the real test of your co-op shops, raids challenge 2 full squads to play different roles during hectic multi-phase showdowns. The change of scope is welcome, but the overall experience can be a mixed bag. Figuring out mechanics is thrilling, but can be equally frustrating without the right team in place. The expansion, on the other hand, is a breath of fresh air, providing an engaging storyline, a more focused approach to missions, and some jaw-dropping level design. Hunting the titular warlords sets its own unique challenge, each culminating in the best boss battles the franchise has ever seen. It's crazy to think we played roughly 80 hours prior to the DLC, and yet, this is some of the most fun we've had with Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Oh, I'm getting him now.
Get
Get him! I'm just unloading on him in the minigun. This is insane.
Oh my god.
Yeet! Get him! Oh my gosh. That was insane.
That was literally wild.
But wait, there's more!
This is amazing!
As we close the book on the Division 2's DLC, feeling incredibly satisfied with our time in this world, we got to enjoy their September update of the Summit. Just think of it as a wave-based tower of death that you can go in and clear floors gradually with your friends. It's really nice in a casual way to cap off our journey that took us a legitimate 4 months to play. I expected to be ending this review saying we were done with the DLC, so we were done with the game. But we honestly want to keep playing. This was a meaty review, probably our longest ever, and there was so much more we would have wanted to talk about. We didn't get to mention the straight bops and jams this soundtrack plays when you're killing baddies. Or there's just so many fun shenanigans that we found throughout the world, including the still excellent Dark Zone. So here's the message. You don't need to sink 1,000+ hours in the Division, but it might make you want to, and doing it with a couple of your best friends will certainly not feel like a waste of your time. Thanks for sticking with us in this extra long co-op review. Our videos have been getting progressively longer each time, but it's honestly just because we're finding our own voice in the YouTube community, and we really love doing this for you guys. If you're a new or a longtime fan, please let us know what you think of this video and others. We really appreciate the feedback. And do all the YouTube things. Share, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way. If you want to follow more of us, head on over to Twitter where Gabe is dropping some great content for the Co-op Bros. And you can find us on GG and see what games we're playing. It's this cool new app. We've talked about it before. Go check it out. As always, we'll see you on another episode of the Co-op Bros.
Wait, there's a deer. Why is it standing so still? I got it.
Did you just kill it?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my word. It's already begun.
Bro, you do know that the deer were the source of the dollar virus that ravaged our nation right now.
That's funny because I thought it was the dollar that was the source of the dollar virus.
No. Common misconception.